Bismillah Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The response please. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to lesson 6 of our Madrasa at home with me, Dr. Imran Alawiye. In this lesson, we're going to make it short and concentrate on the phrase Rahman Rahim. There are 4 words there. The first one, I believe you are familiar with it already as we analyze it in lesson 5. And it's bism, 3 letters. Let's spell it out together. Ba, kasra, sin, sukun, bis. Mim, kasra, mi. Bis, mi. Now repeat after me. Come on, let's spell it together. Ba, kasra, sin, sukun, bis. Mim, kasra, mi. Bis, mi. Anytime you see a sukun on top of any letter, look at the vowel, look at the sound, a letter before it, and connect it. That's what we did here. Bis. Mim, kasra, mi. Bis, mi. You may remember the meaning of bismi, which means in the name of, whatever is mentioned after that. Bismi, that's me. It means in the name of. Now, let's look at the second word within the phrase. And the second word is Allah. As I mentioned before, we need to know how to write this word. It's very important. Allah. There are 4 letters that we can see. The first one is Alif. The second one is Lam. That's Lam is silent, is quiet. Why? There must be a letter after it is carrying shadda. When you see Alif Lam at the beginning, followed by another letter which is carrying shadda, the first Lam is silent. So we have Lam, shadda, fatha, la. When you see the shadda, you pronounce that letter with energy, with stress, because it's actually, that shadda, that symbol is telling us there are 2 of these letters, they are combined. So make it stronger. So we say la. Okay, you pause and then you say it. La. The last letter here we have ha. Ha, and it's carrying kasra. So we have Allahi. But when we have bismillah, let's look at the way we're going to read it. We say bismillahi. So we don't say bismi Allahi. No, you join the me, you overlook the alif after that, and the first lam, you jump and connect me with the second lam, the one is carrying shadda, because there is a sukun underneath that. So we say bismillah, and that lam, make it light because we have kasra before it. Don't say bismillah, no, bismillah. So bismillahi, in the name of Allah. Bismillahi. Now, there's another thing there which we need to take attention. Right. And that is when we say Bismillah. There is like a lengthening alif there which we don't write, but we pronounce it. We extend the lam, the second lam, a little bit. And that's why in the Quran sometimes you see a little bit of that, a tiny alif on top of it, to tell you there is, you see, extension. Bismillahi, in the name of Allah. by the name of Allah. Bismillahi. Now you know how to write it. You know how many letters. Please practice it. You have an exercise book, as we agreed at the beginning of this series. You need A4 exercise where you can really make notes together with your parents. So, Bismillahi. Okay. Let's look at the third word within this phrase, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And the third is Rahman. Let's analyze it. The first letter is Alif, followed by a silent lam. There must be a letter that's carrying shadda after that. As we agreed, once you see Alif and lam followed by a letter carrying shadda, that lam will be quiet. So we have Ra, Shadda, Fatha. We also agree when you see Shadda, it means you pronounce that letter with energy, with stress, right? Ra, because there are double Ra in there, combined. Ra. Then follow after Ra, we have Ha, and that Ha is carrying Sukun. We know what to do. We look back, we look at the letter, the sound before that sukun, and we connect it. So we say Ar-Rah, Ar-Rah. Good. Then followed by Mim. That Mim is carrying Fatha. Now, you may not see a lengthening alif there, but we need to pronounce that with a little bit of elongation to make it longer. Ar-Rahma, Ar-Rahma. Then last letter in this particular word is Noon, carrying Kesra, Ni. So Ar-Rahmani. Okay. Now, when we are combining the three now, the Bismi and then Allah and then Ar-Rahman, let's look at how we're going to recite it. We say Bismillahir-Rahman. We don't say Bismillahi ar-Rahman. No, we continue. We overlook the alif and lam. We join the he with the ra in the way we say it. So we say Bismillahir-Rahmani. Okay, let's look at the fourth word, the last one. And it is Ar-Rahim. Again, let's look at the individual letters within this word itself. The first letter is Alif, followed by Lam. And then there's a letter after that, again carrying Shadda, which means we need to keep the Lam quiet. So, yes, keep it quiet. So, and the Ra, again, is carrying Shadda. And that Shadda means we need to pronounce it with vigor, with energy, with stress. Yes, make it strong. That's Shadda. So, we say Ar-Ra, again with energy. Followed by Ha. This Ha is carrying Kesra. And then there is a Ya after that which is carrying nothing. Which means that Ya is there to do an important duty. And that is to drag the he sound longer. And that's called lengthening ya al-mad. So we say he. And then the last letter is mim carrying kasra, me. So ar-rahim. Ar-rahim. Right. So we have all four words now. We have Bismi, we have Allah, we have Ar-Rahman, and we have Ar-Rahim. So we are ready now to read the entire phrase in one go. Yes! Well done. Right, with confidence, of course, yes. Okay, so we say Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Together. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Rahmanir Rahim. One more time. I can't stop saying this phrase. Wonderful phrase. Come on. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Well done. Now, let's now turn our attention into the importance of this phrase and the meaning, the complete meaning of this phrase. First of all, we know Bismi means in the name of Allah. Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillahi, in the name of Allah. Allahu Akbar. Because Allah is wonderful, what is on top of the 99 names of Allah. Allah is the first one. Allah. Bismillahi. Now let's look at the Rahman. Rahman and Rahim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rahman and Rahim. Look at it closely. Can you see three common letters in both Rahman and Rahim? Come on. Give me three letters that you can see in Rahman, and you can also see those three letters in the same order in Rahim. Come on. I want to hear it. I cannot hear you. Oh, I can't hear you. Sorry. All right then. The first letter is Ra. You have Ra is in Rahman and also Rahim. Okay. The second letter is Ha in Rah and Rahi. Again, you have Ha and Mim. Rahma, Rahimi. You see, there are three letters there, which is in the Rahman and Rahim and the Ra, Ha, and Mim. The reason I'm calling your attention to those three letters is this. In Arabic, those three letters, they have essential meaning. They are carrying very important message and meaning. And that meaning is mercy, compassionate. You see, to have sympathy, kindness, forgiving. You see, Rahman and Rahim, they both mean merciful, compassionate, kind. When we say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the merciful, the compassionate, which means we're saying, I'm starting with the name of Allah. The one is always kind. The one is always forgiving and always compassionate. Have a sympathy. Allah that knows that we make a lot of mistakes. And He gave us chance after chance after chance to give us opportunity to change our way into a better one. Allah doesn't rush and just punish us. No. Allah created us to have mercy upon us. You see, that's when we start with His name to give us confidence. To say, oh Allah, I'm starting with your name. Please help me out. I know you are very kind. I know, Allah, you are merciful. You are compassionate. You know that I make mistakes sometimes. You see, that's why we feel comfortable when we start with the name of Allah. Also, to remind ourselves, to reflect upon that meaning, so that we also need to be compassionate. We must not rush and punish people, or not to forgive anybody. No, we remember to say, oh, people do wrong things sometimes, and when they are sorry for it, so we just say, okay, let's forget it. So that's been kind, and we give people the way to say, okay, I'll let you off. I'll let you really, okay, I accept that you didn't mean that. You see, you be kind, you have sympathy, you have what we call empathy as well, which means you put your shoes, you put yourself in their place to say, maybe I could have done the same thing. So you have capacity, ability to be able to forgive people and to be compassionate. And when you see people who are in need, you remember that, I'm lucky. So you share things. That is the meaning of to remember that Allah is Ar-Rahman and He is Ar-Rahim, is merciful and compassionate. And as a result, we also need to gain quality from that and be merciful and compassionate and be kind to fellow human beings. Not only human beings, animals as well. We need to look after them. We need to be kind. And not even only animals, even plants, the environment. We need to be kind. We don't need to abuse all these things because all these is created for us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's remember that when you say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This phrase is so important. Do you know how many times that Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim is mentioned in the Quran? Do you know how many times? Come on, raise your hand if you know. How many times? Come on, don't ask your parents. Okay, parents, do you know how many times the Quran, that in the Quran you can find, how many Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim you can find in the Quran? Come on, don't open your Quran now. That's one question for you. Okay, we're going to answer that in a minute. The second question is, surah. How many surahs are there in the Quran? How many surahs? We know in the Quran starts with the first surah. Oh, that's another question. I'm asking so many questions today. Yes, that's number 3. What is the first surah in the Quran? What is the first surah in the Quran? Question number 1. And what is the last surah in the Quran? Question number 2. And how many surahs are there in the Quran? Question number 3. And last question, how many times that phrase Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim is mentioned in the Quran? 4 questions. Come on, write it down before I tell you the answer. Write it down now. No cheating. Come on. Come on. Yeah, have you finished? Okay, I'll tell you now. Let's start with the first one. The first surah in the Quran al-Kareem is the longest surah. And it is Suratul Baqarah. Suratul Baqarah is the first surah in the Quran al-Kareem. Of course, after the Surah al-Fatiha, you have Surah al-Fatiha. Okay, Surah al-Fatiha, which is the opening of the Quran. The one we'll talk about that in the future. We have Surah al-Fatiha. Then you have the longest surah, which is Surah al-Baqarah. Okay. The last surah in the Quran is Surah An-Nas. Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. That's the last surah. Okay. What's the question number 3? I forgot already. What's number 3? Hold on a minute. What's question number 3? How many surah in the Quran? How many surah? There are 114 surah. 114. 114 surahs. Allahu Akbar. 114 surah in the Quran. Okay. Last question. So how many times there's this phrase Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim? How many Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim are there in the Quran? How many? Right. Every surah in the Quran starts with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Remember we said we have 114 surah. So every surah in the Quran starts with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, except one. Except one surah. So which means 113 surah start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim 113. Okay. Oh, okay. Which one? Which surah? Doesn't start with the Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Which surah? Do you know? Which surah is that? Do you know? Okay, I tell you. It's a surah number 9. And it's called Surah Tawbah. Surah Tawbah, surah 9. You won't find Bismillah Rahman Rahim at the beginning. So of that surah. In the future, I'll tell you why. So, Surah Tawbah, that's a Surah 9. That doesn't start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay. But nevertheless, although we can find Bismillah at the beginning of 113 Surah, but we still have 114 Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim in the Quran. How come? How come? I tell you how. One surah in the Quran, believe it, has 2 Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. One at the beginning and one in ayah number 30. And that surah, it is surah 27. It's called Surah Naml. Surah Naml. Surah 27 has a Bismillah at the beginning, as well as inside it, in ayah 30, has also Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim in there. You see, now you can say we have 114 surah in the Quran, and Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim actually mentions 114 in the Quran as well. Allahu Akbar. You see, that's a very good. That's good. So that's another knowledge for you, and I will ask you in the future about those questions, inshallah. So we have Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. It is enormously important to us. So don't forget to practice how to write it. Now we have analyzed it word for word and letters by letters, and we know how important it is. Please make sure ask your parents to help you out to copy it, the whole page. It may be one page of your exercise book. Copy it for me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So that in the future, you'll be able to write it correctly from your memory. Well done. Yes. I think you are making progress. That's my feeling. I had some parents who have written to me using Madrasa at Home with Dr. Imran at gmail.com to get in touch. Well done. And I see you, inshallah, lesson number 7 will be the next one, inshallah. And we will continue our lesson. In the meantime, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ma'as salama.